Today I am going to explore the art of creating ceramic charms for bracelets. Charms can be made in pretty much any material, polymer clay and paper-based clay, but in my opinion there's something really special about the look of ceramics, and obviously we focus on ceramics on this channel. For that reason, this tutorial will focus particularly on what materials you need and what to keep in mind when making ceramic charms. Let's begin by talking a little bit about the materials you need. When you're making ceramics charms, I think you should choose a clay that is really smooth and completely grog-free, like a smooth bmix or perhaps a porcelain. Personally, I am using Laguna's grog-free Cone 5 bmix here. The reason for that is that if you are making small details and you don't have a smooth clay, the little edges and finishes tend to get more jagged and rustic looking. So unless you are for some reason looking for that rustic thing, I definitely recommend a smooth clay. When it comes to tools, you really don't need a lot of them. You need something small that can get into crevices. Personally, I think I did most, if not all of these, using only my hands and a needle tool, which is what I recommend that you get for your charms as well. You can just do so many different effects with this single tool. You're also going to need something to use to attach your jewelry. There are two different ways to attach the jewelry. Either you make a little hole, fire your the charms, and then you attach them with glue. Or you can do what I did and just get some heat-resistant wire and push it into the clay while it's wet and then fire it into the clay in the kiln. I think personally why I like doing it with a heat-resistant wire is that you don't need to glue them, and even if you do sand it down, it doesn't get quite as perfect. You're done with this step, make sure your charms are completely dry before you paint them or glaze them. I recommend using underglaze, a watered down underglaze, to paint your sculptures or your tiny sculptures, your tiny charms with, and then finish them with a clear glaze. The reason for this is that you will be able to retain more of the texture. So if you have a lot of small details, the regular glaze will eat up. The regular glaze will sort of consume more of that texture and those details, whereas the watered down glaze gives more of a watercolor effect. Usually not a luster person, but for charms and jewelry, I think it's so fun to add these like little bit of extra sparkle that you can get with lusters. However, if you do use lusters, please keep in mind that you have to make sure that you really are in a well-ventilated area and away from other people, and that you wear the proper mask and gloves for safety, because these tend to be pretty toxic. So it's, yeah. In my opinion, charm bracelets are such a fun and creative way to tell a personal story. My charm bracelet was a gift for my friend's wedding shower, so I focused on things that was personal to her, like her pets and her love for nature. If you're thinking of making a charm bracelet for yourself or somebody you know, I Love to hear about what charms you'll be making in the comments. Good luck, and I hope to see you guys next week.
If you think this video is rad,
don't forget to like and comment
and subscribe.